I heard about the EMT class through some of my friends. Went to a ride along, took the class, and then I was kind of like, well, here I am.
Getting to meet people that you've helped previously and seeing them on the street, or they've come by the station to say hello and thank you. It's just a rewarding experience. I would do it all over.
Searching for an unforgettable summer for your child? At Old Nell's Farm, campers spend days riding horses, learning horsemanship, caring for animals, making new friends, and enjoying real farm adventures. From beginners to horse lovers, our small camps offer a fun, safe, hands-on experience they'll talk about all year. Old Nell's Farm, DeVille, Louisiana. Call 318-794-9533 to register. Spots are limited.
Hi, this is Pastor Roger L. Green Sr., pastor of the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. We're welcoming you to our worship services on Sunday morning. Sunday school begin at 8 a.m. Worship services begin at 9 a.m. Come and grow with us, a place of faith, family, and fellowship. We would love to have you. Come see us Sunday morning. We'll see you there.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.
Good evening, Central Louisiana. I'm Jack, and this is the Let's Talk show here on Urban Cast. Tonight's Let's Talk and Sell Our Goat conversation is powered by support from our silver sponsor, Acadian Ambulance. Every year we see athletes return home to host camps. What makes these events special is not only what happens on the field, but the people working behind the scenes to make them happen. Tonight, we're joined by NFL wide receiver DJ Chark and his sister Deidra Chark, organizer and project manager of the 2026 DJ Chark Sports and Wellness Camp that's going to be held over at Ash. The camp returns on Saturday, June the 27th at Alexandria Senior High, and it promises to be more than just a football camp. The goal is to provide young people with opportunities to learn, grow, develop healthy habits, and be inspired by positive role models. If you're watching live tonight, drop your questions in the comments. We may bring them directly into the conversation. DJ and Deidra, how are you guys doing this evening?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's Friday night, DJ, and here we are talking on Urban Cast on a Friday night. I'll go ahead and let you guys introduce yourselves and or just go say hello to everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody watching us right now know who you guys are, but go ahead.
Hey, I'm Deidra. I am the project manager and organizer for the camp. I am a Alexandria Senior High graduate and track team participant, and I'm excited to be on the show tonight.
I'm DJ, also Ash alone, giving back with this camp that's coming up this month. Former collegiate and professional athlete, and yeah, now I'm a stay-at-home dad at the moment.
How does it feel to be retired, DJ?
It feels amazing, actually. Feels really good. I can't complain. Spend a lot of time with my family, my kids, so and nothing that I'd rather be doing right now.
Oh yeah, man. That time is definitely valuable. DJ, people know you as an NFL athlete, but tell us a little bit about who DJ is. You know, right now we know you're a stay-at-home dad at this moment, but tell us what you do when you're away from that football field or playing sports and all that kind of good stuff.
Most of the time it's family. Everything is pretty much revolved around that. Spending time with my wife, my kids, finding different entrepreneur things that I want to navigate been doing pretty well with that as well. And, you know, just still being a good friend, keeping up with sports. A lot of former teammates that I have, I communicate with them. Currently have a podcast that I've began in recent time with some childhood friends. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing on a day-to-day.
I hear you. Deidra, tell us a little bit about your role in helping to organize and manage this camp.
My role is pretty much just putting all the pieces together. I always like to say is really DJ's vision of what he wants, and my goal is to kind of evolve that into something that's physical, that you can actually touch. So it's taking like the dream of what he's doing and putting it all together. And so there's a lot of moving pieces that happen, but just to see it come together as it does every year, and just to see the kids' faces, I mean, it's well worth it for sure.
But Damon and Steve and I, we've been talking about y'all. We say DJ, you got the best manager that there is, brother. You got your sister.
For sure.
And, you know, making sure things go fine, you know, go well and all that kind of good stuff. Growing up, what was y'all's relationship like? That leads right there back into my next question, because I think that this is our year 3 having this conversation. So, and to see y'all rock solid, sticking together, what was the childhood like?
It was great, actually. You know, Deidra being 6 years older than I am, I kind of just learned from her, from the good things she did, the mistakes she made, and, you know, really she kind of took on, when she left for college, like a second mom type of role, somebody that I can go to for guidance and to help me out with whatever I didn't want to go to my parents with at the time. And so she became that other person for me. And so I think the relationship was always great. I've always been just a little brother, trying not to get on her nerves too much.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, it's evident. You know, I said I was gonna pick with you guys a little bit today about it, because you know you can see it. You know what I mean? Let me look over here and see what Deidra doing right now. You know, how does she look at that? It's kind of like that mama looking over there, and you know, I don't think I better do this because Deidra gonna be all over.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw that on the field last year, DJ. I'm serious, man. I did. I saw it. At what point did the conversation begin? You know, when, you know, what was that moment like when one of you guys said, "Hey, we need to do something back at home," and y'all came up with the idea to do the camp and that kind of thing?
I would say a couple years ago, we opened a gym in Baton Rouge for kids, and it was definitely fulfilling. We had a lot of participants, but there was a part of us that wanted the people from Alexandria to benefit off of this. We were inexpensive. We did more than just coach. We also poured into the kids. We were very big on manners and respect, morals, ethics, values. And so having, you know, that space for the kids in Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas there, DJ and I would talk about, like, what about the kids at home? Yeah, we live here now, but what about the ones, you know, that grow up in the same communities that we grew up with? And so it just became a discussion. And randomly, DJ was like, let's do a camp. And I was like, now this was probably like April 15th. And we launched the advertisement probably May 1st of that year. So it was like a 15-day span of like quickly throwing ourselves together behind the scenes to make it happen. Because, you know, when God tell you to move, you got to move. So that's just what it was. And I think that it has become a great journey for both of us, for sure.
And DJ, when you have somebody you can trust, like your sister, helping lead this effort, and probably, I'm pretty sure Big Sis probably leads some other things going on. How does that make, you know, things much easier for you, knowing you have somebody that's really got your back behind?
It's great because I'm not as communicative as some people. You know, I'm more of an in-person type of person. Texting isn't really one of my strong suits, and so having somebody one of the few people that I am talking to on a day-to-day, weekly basis, it's good to have someone like that in your corner to field those calls and things like that, and help me out a lot. So she does a lot. She does a lot of that for me and for the camp and in other aspects of life. So it's definitely a positive to have her.
I tell you what, it has to be a blessing, bro. It's bottom line.
For sure.
Deidra, and what have you learned about your brother through organizing these camps, and that the public might not see, and probably not just the camps, but just in general, the stuff that you helping your brother with, and that kind of thing?
I would say that the dynamic of who he is as a person has changed for sure. I am used to him being like just my little brother, but to see him in person handle whether it's media, the children, I will say over the course of time, we would go places and people would recognize him, and he's never turned down like a photograph or an autograph. And he's always been super pleasant, whether he was in a good space or a not so good space. He's never turned down a fan or someone who was happy to meet him. He never took that for granted. So like that is one of the things that areas where I've seen him really grow, because we think about professional athletes sometimes and you hear things in the media that may not be so great, but just to watch how he handles himself with the children, and he's very engaged with the children. So even at the camp, not just doing autographs, like that's probably the last thing that he probably wants to do. He wants to get out there, run routes and throw the ball and get a race in or something like that. So I love to see how he interacts with the kids. And I think for me, it's almost watching like my own child, I guess, when you see them grow and you be like, man, kudos to you for that one.
Okay. So the camp itself, DJ, for the young athletes who have never attended before, what can they expect from the 2026 camp, from your perspective?
Just a space to come out, have fun. Going to be doing some athletic drill, more like combine testing this year. So kind of the experience you would have if you went to an NFL combine or college pro day, from 40s to, testing your vertical, things like that. And although, it's fun to get those, like it's competitive, it's going to be competitive, but it's also going to be a good time to hang out, see other kids, see other former Ash alum and players come back, and just a good time for Alexandria to get away from whatever you have going and come out for a few hours and escape from whatever you're dealing with.
Okay. And Deidra, how much planning actually goes into this one day event? I know you and I've been texting a good bit here over the last couple of days.
There's a lot that goes into it. But I will say that it's slowly becoming easier just because like this is year 3. So there's a few of our sponsors, and there's a few like Urban Cash, you guys, and then Wanderlux, who's the photographer, and Steve, who does Uncle Willie's, and Patrice and her husband that does D&T Kitchen. Like there's many of our sponsors, including the Human District Service. Those sponsors been with us from the beginning. So it takes some of the pressure off of me year after year, because they're coming back and they're also being innovative in the way that they're coming back, because they're like, okay, we did this last year, let's do this instead. So it takes a little bit of the pressure off. There's a ton of planning that happens. And we all know that nothing happens perfectly and nothing's executed perfectly. There's going to be some hiccups here and there, but I will say that it's become something that I actually enjoy doing. And it's a space where we start to think about what's next for Alexandria. This year we have, like DJ said, combine testing. The goal is to also have stat cards for all the kids. So not only are we testing, we're providing you with those stats because we want you to start seeing how you're growing in those numbers as year to year happens. And my ultimate goal, if the Lord say the same, DJ and I can start to get collegiate coaches to come to where they can kind of see what talent is out there. They're developing talent every year after year, we're seeing it. So that's the goal, to bring some visibility back to Alexandria.
You guys talked about, combine style. What are some of the other activities and experiences participants can expect this year?
In addition to the combine stuff that we're going to be doing, and actually Sinla City Stars is going to help lead that. So that's taking something else off my plate just a little bit, In addition to that, we're expecting to do a parent message. We tried it last year and it was, it was kind of hot. It was in the evening. This time we moved the camp into the morning. So it's a little bit cooler. So we take feedback too. We moved it to the morning. We're going to do a parent message at 12. And during that parent message, they're going to get information on things that they may not know is available. For example, I want to say Pelican Credit. They offer a program where if you open an account there, that your children can earn $10 for every A that they have. And we have many student athletes because student come first. So for all my student athletes who get A's on their report card, they're able to earn money for those report cards. And it's not just, congratulations. Now you're getting, incentives for that. We're going to have, during that parent message, we're going to have raffles. So there's going to be a bunch of raffles. So once you get there and you sign in, during that 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock message, they're going to be pulling raffle tickets, giving out things and gadgets and gizmos and all kinds of stuff to the parents because we want to support them as well. So it's a lot that's going to be happening, and I don't want the parents to miss it. I don't want the kids to miss it. It's going to be a fun day for everybody, and everybody's going to get something out of that.
That's one of the things that I observed last year was the idea that y'all had all of those vendors that was there around the track. And it was like, if the parents wanted to hang out and, while the kids were doing their thing, they had a ton of stuff to keep them preoccupied as well. So that was just way too cool. And you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity right now for Deidra. I know you called me and we talked about it the other day, but young ladies can participate in this program this year. And flag football is now going to be a part of the Olympics as well. So go ahead and tell us about the young ladies being welcome to participate in the camp this year.
So my daughter plays travel basketball, and she comes every year. And last year, her teammates came as well. So I was kind of excited about that. But just so happened, I want to say in May, we had a tournament in Gonzales, and I was scrolling and I saw that there was a flag football team of young ladies in Alexandria who were at that tournament, and they did extremely well. And I was like, wow, that's amazing that these young ladies are getting involved. And DJ and I talk all the time about eventually, like you said, there's going to be a space for girls in flag football. Like you said, adding it to the Olympics, I do believe that it'll be collegiate at some point because that's what people want to see. And so we've invited them, extended that invitation because we want to recognize them for all of their hard work. We want to encourage all the girls to come because it's not just about football. It's about the community. It's about, if you're doing sports, you can do your agility, your strength and conditioning, all those different things, and at least take a little bit from that, or maybe someone say something to you that sticks with you and motivates you. So I'm kind of excited to see all the girls who are going to be in attendance this year.
Yeah, I think this year the format is less football specific and more athletic based. So whether you're a softball player, baseball, track, whatever sport you in, this is probably benefits you more than the last 2 years. There'll still be a football there, some football drills here and there, but for the most part, it's purely athleticism.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And beyond football, why was it? And I guess DJ, you just you pretty much just went right into that question. But why was it so important to include wellness into the whole thing as well?
I think for sure, just your state of being is very important. I've been an advocate for that for years, and every day, like you never get a full grasp on, your mental health and things like that. It's a challenge every day. It's work every day that you have to do to put yourself in those good places. So to know that you have people, definitely for a lot of us that are so focused on, the athletic side and the sports side, to also take care of the other part, which is just as important. Mentally, a lot of these sports are driven, like you can perform better when you have a good night rest, you've eaten, things like that. All these things affect, your mental. So really trying to focus on that as well, because I've played against a lot of players who might not be as athletically gifted, but they are so smart in their training, their regimen is in a different place that equals the playing field. So trying to incorporate all aspects of it.
Okay. And Deidra, what does the wellness mean in the context of this camp as you were putting it together? Kind of walk us through that a little bit.
So our first step that we considered was mental health, because your mental health is almost like the database of a computer. So whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out of it. Let's just go with that. So that was our first step. Like, let's give some good stuff to the kids mentally, whether that's encouraging words, whether that's a space for them to be open and honest. Like I said, Central Louisiana Human Service District, they helped us a lot last year. And they also had counselors there last year, to where if there were children who were dealing with something that they may not have wanted to talk about, they may not have wanted to talk to their parents about, but they may need an outlet, they were there to provide that outlet to them. We also had gentlemen who were athletes and maybe have gone down a wrong path and managed to turn their life around there last year, speaking to people. And I think that's super important with this, because we're from Alexandria, and a lot of people look at Alexandria and think that not a lot comes out of there. They're like, oh, and I see it every day, to where the news is always, we celebrate, but we don't celebrate. We always see the negative. Everybody's quick to talk about the negative. Well, let's talk about the positive. And there's so many resources in Alexandria that I didn't even know were there, whether it's health related, whether it's free legal advice, whether it was needing to find a job, whether it was assistance on, school clothes, food, because we also provide a hot meal, and we provide food for them to take home, non-perishable goods. So we do our best to help families and children feel well-rounded. And that's almost bigger than the actual camp, because the camp take care of the kids, but the resources take care of the parents. And that's the message that we want to get out.
And DJ Rode, when you were playing football here at Ash, and before I go to that question, I'm gonna go ahead and say something I wanted to kind of say about coming from Alexandria. There's a buttload of good stuff coming, because this year alone in the football realm, we had 3 young men who had declared to go into the NFL. 2 made it. That's kind of uncommon for a public school system, and to say they came from our old dear Ash across the way over there, and I feel the same way you guys. We were we were there with the elite prep schools and all that kind of good stuff. So there's a lot of good stuff, and and from the academic stuff, I was just talking earlier this week to a young lady who's attending Howard, and she's a theater major and all of this, and she's getting ready to go up to Broadway and do some training over the summer there. So young folk here in Alexandria are doing a lot of good things as well. But what role did the community play, DJ, in helping you become the person you are today?
I mean, it's pretty much everything that I knew growing up. That's all I knew. Definitely from the friends that I was able to make and still have, from going through, because I went to Winfield for like a few years as well, and coming back and when I came back, having people at Ash that fought for me to be able to come back and play based on different rules, and people that looked out for me looked out for me and looked out for my parents in different ways to just help out, and I think that was huge. From AAA, I don't know if AAA is still a thing, but it was when I was growing up, and a lot of kids got to play in that and live out, football dreams. And I still vividly remember that and have relationships from that, to now. So just the city of Alexandria providing that space for us to even play football at the city park was huge. I think that was, at least for my generation, that was one of the biggest things going on in Alexandria for that age range. And so I built a lot of friendships and connections through that, and found the passion that I love through that. And so it's a bunch of different things that I can speak on about the city specifically. And it's always shown love to me, and I've always, tried to reciprocate that from the mayor. When I was able to get drafted, the key to the city, like all these things meant so much to me. And so I'm always going to try to benefit the city in whatever way that I can, benefit Ash in whatever way that I can. Seeing the guys go to D1 way more frequently, going to the NFL. I think that brotherhood is huge. I'm happy for everyone that's able to get that opportunity, and not just from Ash, Peabody and Bowdoin and every high school in Alexandria and St. Louisiana. I wish the best for everybody, because it's so, like you said, there's so much great things and great people in that part of Louisiana that gets overlooked because of Southern Louisiana, Northern Louisiana. So it's good to see positive things, and I would always try to benefit the people in the city in that way.
Well, you hit a nail on the head just a few minutes ago, because I know Damon and I are always talking about how important sports and recreational activities are to a community. And just to hear you say just a few minutes ago how AAA ball was important to you and how it shaped you as a person, that means a lot. And that's something that we could probably also say, we put more emphasis on those recreational activities. We can keep a lot of other folk preoccupied. I know last year with my little nephew over there, he was out there and I think he'll be there again this year. So, he really enjoyed it. So
cool.
Yeah. And Deidra, what does it mean to you as a mother, to see local children benefiting from opportunities like this?
I would say it means everything to me. When I went to college to run track. And once I finished college and I had my daughter, my husband and I moved to an area. And in that area, there were only things for boys. Like there was boys basketball and football and things like that. And so personally, you know, my daughter, she did gymnastics, and I even made a post about it today. She did gymnastics, cheer, did gymnastics, dance, tap, and she made like a travel team. And the year she made the travel team, right before everything started, she said, "Mom, I don't want to do this." She was 5. "I don't want to do this. I want to play basketball." And I'm just looking at her like, what? Like, I thought I was going to have a Gabby Douglas, and you talk about you want to play basketball. So we moved to a different area. We uprooted our life and we moved to provide her with that opportunity. And it means a lot to me when I see there's a flag football team for girls, when I see that they also have a basketball team, travel team for girls. And so not highlighting girls, because girls and boys, you know, we want it for both, but being able to encompass all of that stuff, like you said, that keeps them busy outside of there being nothing for them to do and finding things that they probably shouldn't do. Sports is the foundation for focus and mobility, staying healthy. You know, the United States, our health rate is just going down. So this is an opportunity for them to fight against that. It's an opportunity for them to get scholarships. Like, yes, we want academics first, but athletics is also an avenue for you to get a scholarship. It's an avenue for you to meet people. You never know who you're going to meet. It's an avenue for you to work on your people skills. Because let's be honest, some of us don't have people skills. So you're able to meet friends, and having a coach teaches you respect. And being on time teaches you responsibility. So there's so many things in life that you can get from these extracurricular activities that I think should be highlighted. And that's the goal here, just to kind of highlight that. And then in the process, enjoy it, celebrate it, have the families enjoy it. I'm a mom who traveled. I'm tired too sometimes. So having the opportunity to be out there, you know, I can buy me a plate of food or get me a snowball or learn about resources. It gives me something to do as well. So I'm not just sitting in the bleachers, you know, looking at them and watching what they're doing.
And DJ, what advice would you give to that young man, the young lady that's out there saying, "Hey, you know, I want to be a football star. You know, I want to make it to the NFL. I want to make it to the NBA or whatever their game is." What advice do you give them, having traveled the road?
I would say that it's possible. You know, that's the biggest thing. I think at that age, for me, I kind of spoke on this on my podcast recently. It wasn't many people that had went to the NFL when I was a kid in Central Louisiana. Like, you might have one here, one there, but like it was kind of far in between and before my time. So it didn't seem possible. And with me playing sports in Alexandria, I was just kind of one of many. And so I think it's okay now. Definitely in Central Louisiana, you're seeing people who are going and making these dreams become reality. And it's all because of like belief. Everything is rooted in belief. Not everyone is going to root you on. Not everyone is going to give you the benefit of the doubt or the resources. Sometimes you kind of just have to be delusional and believe it for yourself and give it everything you have. And if you give it everything you have, then you won't really have any regrets at the end. So that's the biggest thing, is believing that it can happen, because it can happen, whether you're in a sport or you're trying to be a doctor or something and you haven't seen anyone do it. Like, you don't have to see someone do it to be able to do it. You can be the first or the second or wherever, but you can make it. And so that's what I would tell the younger person.
And Deidra, what do you see the camps? Each year you guys have been doing something different. What's on the horizon? I want to know before this one is over with.
if I had a crystal ball,
Okay, all right, here we go.
I would say the future of this camp will evolve tremendously. And one of the biggest things that is one of our goals is to bring scouts there. We want to bring them to the field. We want to bring, the different college coaches to the field so that they can put their eyeballs. Because I can promise you, and DJ can testify to this, there has been a few kids that I'm looking at them like, oh, they going somewhere. There's been a few that I'm looking at them and I'm looking at their build, I'm looking at their talent. There's been a few kids that I'm looking at them, I'm like, this may be a future doctor here. Like, they're good with their hands, they're good with their words, good with their speech. I'm just like, I have been impressed by their athletic ability and by their ability to just stand out in a crowd. And I've also seen a few young athletes who, these are people who may not have been athletes, and they're finding out, hey, I can do that too. Like, just given an opportunity. So in 5 years from now, I would say it is 3 times as big as it is now. Because right now we get on average, every year it gets bigger. So this year we're hoping to get between 250 and 300 this year. That's kind of our goal. Maybe in 5 years, we had 700 kids. We may have to make it multi-day at that point. I don't know. But providing a space to where it's on the map and people want to be there. People other than us from Alexandria, people start to see it. I actually looked at the registration list last night. It was like 11 o'clock. And I'm looking at this list, and there were people from Houston. There were people from Slidell. There were people from New Orleans. There were people from Winfield, Louisiana, Natchitoches, Louisiana. Like, there was like 2 individuals from Dallas. And I'm looking at this list like, man, that's amazing to say that the people far and wide want to come and be a part of this thing. So
that's interesting to know that the word is getting just that far out, and people are beginning to see it, and the idea that y'all making it just come, and you're welcome. There's no fees associated with it or anything like that. Just come, get here, and you can participate in this exercise. Deidra, what is for those parents who haven't registered at this time, what do they need to what do they need to do to register to get enrolled in the camp?
So the registration was maxed out at 250, and it's maxed out. If you are still wanting to come, there's a couple of things you can do. You can message me on Facebook. I've had somebody message me today, and they're like, can I please? I'm like, absolutely. You can message me on Facebook. If you message me early, then I'll just go ahead and add you to my registration list. But if you don't want to do that, that's okay. We will have on the spot registration papers that you can sign. And we're not turning anybody away. So, I mean, they just need to come. Like, you show up, they always say the hardest part is showing up. If you show up, we're going to do the rest. So you just got to get there.
So if they go to the registration link and it says, the camp is full, just show up that morning.
Show up. Show up. We're going to take care of you no matter what.
I would definitely say to try to reach out to Deidra just so that you can have a dedicated T-shirt and the things like that. But if worse comes to worse and you forget, just pull up.
Just pull up.
Figure it out.
That's good trouble. That's good trouble right there, DJ. And DJ, before we close, what message would you like to leave with, the young people here in Central Louisiana? Just talk to them.
I would say continue to strive and achieve, and as an alum of ASH specifically, I'm proud to see the players come out like just from being a football Ash alum, seeing Bud get drafted and Jacoby, who went to LSU, and going to the Chargers, talk to JT, Ole Miss, like all these things. A few younger guys that's there now, getting scholarships, D1 offers, like that's amazing. That makes me proud more than anything. So the Ash basketball team, with their success, Peabody continued success, being a household name in basketball. Kelvin, Tioga, all these things, just keep striving, keep making St. Law, Louisiana a place to be known, because growing up, I've heard that not much comes from there. We don't recruit that area as much because not as many players come from there, this and that, whatever it may be. Just keep proving everybody wrong, believing in yourself and the people that's achieving and, getting drafted or getting these high profile jobs. They're still taking notes and keeping up with, the city. So yeah, we hear about crime here and there and all these things, but nothing makes makes me more proud or excited than seeing these young student athletes achieve what they're doing. And I'm really excited for it. Like, I can't wait to come back this year. And I've invited some of the guys who's had recent success, and they've told me they're trying their best to get there, and just being able to share that moment with the younger generation and show that everybody is accessible. We're not too far away, and keep building.
Deidra, anything else before we get ready to get out of here? This is the mastermind of everything right here, DJ. So
I would say there's two pieces. I think we left out Ash track team. So congratulations to you guys too, because those girls.
Yeah, we sure did. Okay,
they went to, and I'm really excited about that, because I was on the very first team that actually went to state and won. Okay. So when I look back and say, gosh, man, it's been that many years, that's telling my age, but it's been that many years, and they won that title. That was wonderful. I was screenshot, look, DJ, like,
yes, you was.
The girls won. I was super excited. So congratulations to you guys on your recent success. And one of the things that I would leave behind as well is, DJ and I had our parents supporting us like every step of the way. All the sacrifices that they made kept us grounded in everything that we did. Never let us think we're better than anything, or even if we had success, we're still the regular person. And so, like DJ said, nobody's too far away. And so even if there's some athletes out there, or students or kids who just need guidance, have questions, what do I do? How do I do it? What should I be doing? Those are questions that they can ask at the camp. Or, you can always message me on Facebook. I'm not a great texter, like DJ said. He's not one. I'm not either. But at some point, I'm going to message you back. I'm going to try to get back as quick as I can and help you. And if I know some people that I can send you to, or get you, navigate that process for you, I want to see everybody succeed. And for the people in the community who want to be involved, you can message me as well. I'm more than happy to, there's space for everyone. There's always space for everyone. So just reach out and let's make that connection.
You guys had a link for both the participant registration and the vendor registration. So if there is somebody else that would like, from a vendor perspective, that would like to, I'll put both of those links up there, so they'll be there just in case. I tell you, DJ and Deidra, I truly thank you guys for joining us tonight. I definitely want to say we're on board. UrbanCast, St. Law Goat, and the whole gamut of UrbanCast is on board to support you guys every year for what you guys are doing in the community. And this offer is also for the, for Cody, for any of these guys that are coming back and doing these type of events for our kids. We're on board, because we also know it's about the children. It's always encouraging to see families working together. to invest in the next generation. And you guys are definitely prime examples of that. The 2026 DJ Chark Sports and Wellness Camp going to take place on June the 27th at Alexandria Senior High School. Registration going to begin at 9 o'clock, and the camp activities are going to get kicked off between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. We encourage the parents, coaches, mentors, and young folk to learn more about this event and take advantage of this opportunity. A special thank you to our silver sponsor, Acadian Ambulance, whose support helps keep UrbanCast having these type of community conversations. I'm Jack, and this has been another edition of Let's Talk here on UrbanCast. Y'all have a good evening. If y'all could just hang on in there. If y'all wanted to say anything else before we get ready to go, y'all more than welcome to if we forgot anything. All right, we got everything covered? All right, okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end. Hang tight.
I heard about the ENT class through some of my friends. Went to a ride along, took the class, and then I was kind of like, well, here I am.
Getting to meet people that you've helped previously and seeing them on the street, or they've come by the station to say hello and thank you. It's just a rewarding experience. I would do it all over.
Searching for an unforgettable summer for your child? At Old Nell's Farm, campers spend days riding horses, learning horsemanship, caring for animals, making new friends, and enjoying real farm adventures. From beginners to horse lovers, our small camps offer a fun, safe, hands-on experience they'll talk about all year. Old Nell's Farm, DeVille, Louisiana. Call 318-794-9533 to register. Spots are limited.
Hi, this is Pastor Roger L. Green Sr., pastor of the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. We're welcoming you to our worship services on Sunday morning. Sunday school begin at 8 a.m. Worship services begin at 9 a.m. Come and grow with us, a place of faith, family, and fellowship. We would love to have you. Come see us Sunday morning. We'll see you there.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.